All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation Sunday matinee edition of the post-game show. CP on the check-in, Ashley Moss, Jay Ellis of the Nick of Time show. All right, well, look, let's start with the good things. You know, Knicks kicked off this matinee affair with the Clippers. Came out hot. Our two dogs came out. They set the tone. Whether it was RJ, whether it was Julius Randle, came out and really made their mark on this game. And we'll get to them later. Knicks even came in, you know, as the Clippers started to pick up steam and wake up a little bit. Emmanuel Quickly's brilliance in the second quarter kept us in it. But in the third and early into the fourth, man, it was just too much Clippers firepower that the Knicks could just not compete with. The number one stat going into this game was that the Clippers were the number one three-point shooting team in the league in terms of three-point makes and percentages. They averaged 14 made threes on 41% shooting. Tonight, they made 17 on 43% shooting. And it wasn't just their heavy hitters. It wasn't just Kawhi and Paul George. You had Serge chipping in with a couple threes. Patrick Patterson, Reggie Jackson. And again, Quickly's brilliance in the second and fourth kept us in the game. And the Knicks fought. The Knicks fought for 40 out of 48 minutes. But in the end, it was just too much firepower from the Clippers. Knicks go down 129 to 115. JLs, what were your thoughts on this game, man?
Listen, this is one of those losses where I'm not super upset about it. I call it like it's like a good loss. Like this team CP, they're championship contending team. They coming in hot. They have legitimate all-stars, and we went toe to toe.
Superstars.
Yeah, superstars, all-stars. And also, like the way their team is built, they're built like a modern NBA team. They have power forwards and centers that stretch the floor, that stretch you out, that allows you to take advantage of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George strengths, you know, getting in that mid-range, kicking it out. So it was hard for us to keep up with the defense for all four quarters, having to guard inside and outside all game, which is why they shot the way they did. But it's just the poise of RJ Barrett, to me, was what I was really proud of. It was like watching Ali Frazier to me. It was like one punch. Went
toe-to-toe with the claw, baby. Went toe-to-toe with the claw,
toe-to-toe with Leonard, man. Toe-to-toe with Leonard. And he didn't give up. Even when the fourth quarter was things started to go awry, he still fought. And even though the Knicks lost this game, you just saw that there's something here. There's something to build a foundation on, whether it's RJ, whether it's IQ, whether it's Randall, or there's just something to hang your hat on with this team. So even though we lost, I don't feel really bad about it.
Still positive. Ash, how you feeling today?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, JLS. I do believe that there are things called good losses and bad losses. I think anytime you can go toe-to-toe for a majority of the game with a championship caliber of a team like the Clippers, it's a good loss. I know that's an oxymoron because a loss in itself is not anything that's good, but we showed fight and we showed that we can kind of hang with teams that are rated a lot higher above us. And also, I think, you know, we abandoned a little bit of our game throughout this entire game. Obviously, it wasn't a defensive performance from either team. But the thing is, and we were talking about this off camera, is when you are going against a team that has shooters, you can't get into a shootout. Because when they catch fire, especially late in that fourth quarter or midway through that fourth quarter, you just can't compete. And you abandon your defense. And what that does, it prevents you from getting stops. And those stops help your offense, especially when your offense is struggling a little bit to hang in there. So, yeah, we did things that were beneficial to the game, to us, rather than keeping us in it through most of the game. But as we know, basketball is a four-quarter game. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And it's a game of runs. And it's a game of shots. And our shots weren't falling when necessary. And we just couldn't hang tough when we had to. But I think we showed a lot of promise in a lot of other areas of this game today.
Yeah, I agree. And they fought. You know, like I said, they fought for 40 out of 48 minutes. Like I said, this Clippers team is the number one three-point shooting offense. Knicks defense, number one defending the three. The thing about the Knicks defense is they're going to give you open looks. And, you know, part of that, JLS, was, the rotations needed to sharpen up a little bit. But if you got a double double down on Kawhi Leonard. You got to double down on Paul George. Give credit to the Clippers. They moved the ball well around the perimeter, found the open guy, and the guys that you wanted to beat you. Whether it was Patrick Patterson, who was 3 for 3 from downtown, Reggie Jackson, who was 3 for 6 from downtown. He hit 2 big threes in the second half on us. Or Serge Ibaka, 3 for 4 from downtown. So Patterson 13, Ibaka 15, Reggie Jackson 18. I mean, their supporting cast had their name all over this game. You had Mook coming off the bench with 11 points. You know, the Knicks just couldn't match that type of firepower. But as I said, on the positive note, love Julius's start. You know, loved his energy. He never quit in this game. 27 points, 12 boards, 5 dimes. And you know what? And when Ashley said we couldn't compete from threes, who do we need those threes from? We needed it from Julius, who chipped in with 4 for 5 from downtown, our best three-point shooter on the night, JL. So Julius came with it, and RJ Barrett, another efficient night. 9 of 14 from the field, 5 of 6 from the stripe. The snake dribble into the foul line mid-range. The step back fadeaways at the end of the shot clock. RJ was patient. He was in his mid-range bag. And then on the other end, he had to check the claw, man. I thought RJ stepped his game up, and this was a good lesson learned for him. This is a very good lesson learned for RJ today.
This is my I told you so smile. This is my I told you so smile, because everybody wanted to count RJ out. And I just want to go ahead and put this out here. I'm accepting cash apologies for the RJ Barrett Hater Club. My Cash App is on my Twitter. So if you want to go ahead, only Cash App apologies. I don't want to hear, your sorries in the chat. Send me money. Anyway, here's the thing. RJ has consistently started to play in his bag. And meaning that is that he is going to continue, and he has been continuing rather, to play in his game. He's not doing things that are outside of his game. Yeah. He's not playing under his game. He is playing in his bread and butter. And when he does that, he's unstoppable. When he does that, you realize why he is going to be the face or one of the faces of this franchise. And that's what we've been wanting from him. We didn't want him to take these crazy 30-footers, try to do a long game. Obviously, we would like a little bit more of a mid-range game from him, as he's working his way up, rather, his trajectory. But still, right now, when he does those floaters, when he drives into the lane, when he plays his defensive game, he is unstoppable. And that's what I've been wanting from him. Just play in your bag, RJ. Stay in your bag until you develop more tricks. It's easy as that.
And that's what he's doing. And JL says there's one sequence in the first quarter that I loved. It was they had RJ on a mismatch with Zubac, and he was kind of buried in the corner. And I keep mixing up Fizz and Tibbs. Both Tibbs and Randle had to move out to the elbow, which is where he can, get a better angle to the basket, drives on Zubac and hits the sweeping hook on him. And that was a lovely move, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, nah, for real. Like, oh, man. I was talking with Terry the other day, like the spacing and the chemistry between RJ and Randle is just coming along, man. Like, these guys are willingly passing the ball to each other, recognizing who has a mismatch and just giving it up. And you saw them try to adjust that spacing on the fly today, and it worked out. And he was able to take advantage of it. And RJ is just being a smart player offensively in general. He's not barreling into the rim anymore. He's driving to spots now.
He's finding the opportunities.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to drive into the crowd. I'm going to run to this point of the floor where it's empty, pull up for my shot, and be doing that more consistently to the point where I feel like the Clippers adjusted their defense towards like the second quarter, because he was starting in a little mid-range game. So, man, I'm really loving the maturation of RJ. I even heard Clyde Frazier kind of mention the all-star word for RJ. He's like, I feel like he said he thinks next year he might be the all-star. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
next year.
And listen,
something to work on.
We forget RJ's only 20 years old. I mean, the sky's the limit for him. And great point, JLS. He is starting to play smarter. I think, sometimes, especially with his first season with fans being in, the Garden, it puts that pressure on you. New York's not an easy place to play. it's not an easy place to play badly in also. So it kind of puts that pressure on you to make you feel like you have to do more than you're necessarily maybe ready to do. And I think that this season, with fans not being in the Garden, has been almost a blessing for RJ, because he's really been able to figure out his game and execute that without the existing pressure of the energy of the fans in the Garden. And I think when fans do come back, they're going to see a whole new RJ. And I'm excited to see him continue down this path. And put 9God in the chat for my dog.
Throw a
Y'all been
hashtag
trying to clown him,
9God,
and I'm not having
chat.
it. Hashtag 9God.
Let's go. Last 10
giving
games.
up on these players because of 1 week of bad play.
Not
that even goes for Kevin Knox. I have jokes for too, but still, can't give up for one.
And we'll get to that. Last 10 games for RJ, 19 points a game, 5.9 boards, 81% from the free throw line, 47% overall. So RJ's definitely in his bag. Now, people in the chat want to know, what about IQ? You skipped IQ. No, we didn't skip IQ, man. IQ needs his own segment. Because like I said, this second quarter, as the Clippers started to pick things up, you gotta remember now, with the Clippers, with George and Kawhi Leonard, there's never a point in the game where both of them are off the floor. So they're able to balance their lineups very well. So you had, in the second quarter, you had Lou Williams out there, you had Mook, and you had Paul George, who played half of the second quarter. So the Knicks were very, very fortunate to stay in that game, and most of it was because of IQ starting in that second quarter. He gave us 10 points in that second quarter. Burks chipped in with another 7. That was pivotal for the Knicks in that second quarter. And then in the fourth, I mean, IQ's brilliance brought this thing down to 2 points. It was a 2-point game. That's why I said they played 40 out of 48 minutes, because he shoots a 3. They call it downtown. My man shot the 3 from Dykeman. He was so far back. Closes the gap to a 2-point game, and we're right there, right in it, man. But this is where I felt like the game turned, because after he hits that 3, the Clippers get a dunk from Zubac. It's 107 and 103. Rivers wasn't good tonight. Rivers was not good tonight. He continues to miss Obi on the leak outs. Doesn't really pass as much as you want him to, but Rivers has a turnover after that. Then he fouls Paul George. Paul George hits a 2. They're up 109-103. Then quickly he's guarded by Kawhi Leonard. He takes a bad 3 there. It was a bad 3. Misses a 3. Mook claps back with another 3. It's 112-103 with 6 minutes left. At this point, I'm kind of questioning, like, where's RJ? Where's Mitch?
Yeah.
Because Tibbs calls a timeout and goes right back with the same lineup.
And if I could just be petty for 1 second,
Okay.
Austin Rivers should be banging it on Paul George every time he sees him, okay? And he knows why. All right?
That's probably why he wasn't passing it.
Man, got in his head.
The fact that he was so, subdued this game was annoying me. You should be banging it, dropping 30 points on this boy's head every time you see him, okay? And I'm just going to leave it there. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, man. So at that point, it's 112-103. Tibbs comes back with the same lineup, and then Kawhi Leonard hits another shot. It's 114-103, and I think that was the game, and that was definitely the game. But listen, all in all, it was a valiant effort, man. It was a valiant effort. Definitely can't complain with the outcome, Jails.
Yeah. IQ needs more reps with the starters. I'm gonna just say.
Well,
that.
yeah, he does. He does. He's still the minutes were still tipped in his favor, and I don't think Peyton was all that terrible today. To be honest with you, I don't think Peyton was terrible at all, man.
I'm not saying he was terrible at all. I actually felt like Peyton played well today. I felt like he was more willing to pass the ball. That was a huge part that I was complaining about for this whole 2021 game stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And he found Mitch in the beginning for a nice easy dunk. He shot the ball when I felt like he should have shot it. So I wasn't really upset with Peyton today. But I'm just saying we just need quickly.
We need his offense, man. We need his offense.
Yeah, we need him to get reps with Randle and RJ because when it was time for the game to close, I just felt like even though he provided the spacing, the chemistry wasn't there yet, and it was kind of second guessing on when to go and when not to go.
Yeah, just get that experience.
Yeah, so I just think they just need more reps together.
I got you. I definitely got you there. So, yeah, Knicks lose 129 to 115 at MSG, the matinee. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP, Ashley Moss, J. Ellis on the check-in. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, we got a $100 super chat. My guy Michael Parker drops a bomb on us. He says, salute to my bro CP on 30K. Yes, that's right, people. 30,000 subscribers on KnicksFanTV. Salute to everybody who's continuing to make that happen. And listen, this is what you guys do. This is the drive that you guys put in for KnicksFanTV by hitting that thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment, and it continues to push us in a forward momentum. So definitely appreciate that. He says salute to all the day ones, salute to the chat, and one time for the mods. Salute my guy J. Ellis, and hello Miss Ashley. So salute to Michael Parker.
Hi.
Definitely appreciate the love, man. He's been holding us down from day one. Definitely appreciate it. Some more super chats came in. Larry Israel, he says RJ missed easy ahead pass and maybe needs to make some more passes on the break. Yeah, he missed one, JL. It's late in the fourth when he gets that steal on Kawhi Leonard. But I also thought the spacing was kind of bad. You have Bullock and Randle right on top of each other, on top of RJ, and RJ instead kind of forces it, misses the layup, it toilet bowls out, doesn't get the call either. And so, that was a tough point. That was a tough point in the game. No doubt
it was
about
kind of tough. Spacing was a little weird, though, so I'm not even,
Yeah. Shout out Fat Boy with Kick, sends a super chat. He says, we competed. That's all I asked for. Definitely appreciate that. Junior Karoma says, RJ figured it out. IQ's the real deal. Julius is a superstar. Three-headed monster, and free Frank. He says free Frank.
Yo, I'm hearing that Frank is still injured, man.
Yeah, that's what Tibbs said. Tibbs kind of alluded to the fact that Frank was still on the mend.
Calling bull. I'm calling bull.
Tibbs said he was still on the mend, Ash. I got to believe the coach. What do you want?
Yeah, the coach said.
You know why I'm going to call bull? Here's why. Because one report says that he's ready to go. And that was a report that people were running with for many days. And then I think what happens is Tibbs gets word, I'm sure he has his ear to the streets, if you will, that people are unhappy with the fact that he continuously plays Peyton when Frank is very much available, very much, able to contribute to this team and show what he can contribute. And now all of a sudden he's injured again. I'm not buying it. It's bull.
Wow. She's calling conspiracy here, J. Ellis.
It's cap.
Lady KnicksFanTV is calling conspiracy. She's calling conspiracy. Cap on the app.
I think Frank is very much able to play. I think Tibbs does not want him in the rotation, has no desire to put him in the rotation for whatever reason. And that's why he's injured again. I'm calling cap.
Yeah, you know what's funny too?
Yeah.
The way RJ's playing, because now you can start to see his playmaking and starting to pick up even more and more. Like they're running the offense a lot more through RJ and Randle now. This is like perfect Frank territory.
Yeah.
This is like perfectly made for Frank. Be a secondary playmaker, shoot your open threes, or break it down and dish to an open man. That's like perfect.
Yeah.
For what he can do. But is he injured? I don't know. Ashley says he's not injured.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like if you think about this logically, Frank, you had all of this time where he was hurt, right? And now all of a sudden there was a report that came out from multiple sources. It's not even like one person reported it. It came from multiple sources that he was no longer dealing with injury and that he was ready to be infiltrated into the rotation. Then the report came out that Tibbs doesn't have a spot for him in the rotation. He has no desire to put him in the rotation.
That's true.
And now it's coming out that he's hurt again. Come on now. Like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Just say that you don't have a spot for him in the rotation. You have no desire or interest in playing him, and just keep it real. I'm gonna go back to what I said last post show. If you're not going to infiltrate him into this rotation or any part of this team, then set him free so he can go and develop somewhere else.
Or send him to the G League. DSJ opted for it.
Exactly. Stop holding a roster spot for him, and you're not using him. It's a waste.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well follow DSJ down in the G League, man. Let's hit the phones real quick because I want to hear from the people right now. Let's go to Colorado. Shane, what's going on? Shane, how you feeling?
What's good, CP, J. Ellis, Ashley?
What up?
Yo, what's going on,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead with your point, bro.
All right, perfect. So I wanted to talk about Tom Thibodeau real fast. Tom is the best coach that we've had since the since Mike Woodson, since the early 2000s, late 90s. But the problem with Tibbs is he holds us back slightly. With Peyton, his love for Peyton is insane. IQ is showing something that we haven't had since Charlie Ward. A rookie of the year, Mark Jackson type of point guard who can literally take over games with his ability to heat up fast.
Yeah.
What's annoying is IQ should be starting. Peyton consistently puts us in a deficit from the first quarter and the third quarter. It's annoying. That's just my point. I wanted to get that in. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Y'all do a hell of a job on the show.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate Shane. Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear it. We hear the gripes all the time, and we've also echoed those sentiments. I don't think that was the cause of the loss today. Listen, they went up against a team with way more firepower than they had, whose supporting cast was bombing away, including two superstars on the team. IQ's not a one-man show. He still did his thing today. He did, like I said, second and fourth quarter, he was brilliant. 25 points, 3 dimes, 3 assists, a block, 9 of 16 from the field. He missed a free throw, JL, so he wasn't as perfect as he usually is, but I thought, and this Clipper team is also good at defending the paint. And I thought when we needed to attack in the paint in the first half, we did so well. And we were aggressive. Yeah. And part of that was Peyton. I'm not going to put this one on Peyton per se. Listen, they had a chance to win the game they were down 2. 105-103. Quickly was in that game. He never left the game, and he closed the game. And they still lost by 14 points.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, you take that loss. I mean, granted, maybe they should have put RJ and Randle in.
Yeah, I was looking for RJ and Mitch in for Rivers because Rivers was just, like Ashley said, playoff P took Rivers out the game mentally. I don't know where he was at.
Listen.
Yeah, he checked out.
Listen. You know how I feel about that. Like, every time I see him banging on 30-piece, like, it's just not okay. Not okay. I need more energy.
Yeah,
if I was his sister, we would have to have a conversation because no.
Yeah. Rivers is like, for me, it's like Rivers, you can tell what type of game Rivers is going to have with the first 5 minutes.
Early, yeah.
It seems like if Rivers is not dropping 10 threes in a row in the first 5 minutes.
Don't look for it. Don't look for it, man.
Because it just affects everything else.
Streaky player, man. He's a streaky player, but I can't go with the the Peyton thing today because I don't think that was the issue. We just got outgunned.
Got more bullets. You got more bullets.
Yeah, and I mean I know everybody wants to see IQ start. Me too. I just don't want to see it happen before it's ready. And I think sometimes, with some players, it's not all players, but unfortunately you don't know what kind of player that person's going to be until they're in that situation. I think sometimes when you're used to coming off the bench, and then you're in a position where you're a starter, it changes your game a little bit. It changes the way your mind approaches the game a little bit. And I think in order to be a starter, you have to be consistent. And I think IQ is heading in the direction of consistency. I still think that sometimes, he's inconsistent. And I think Tibbs, his, ideology behind it is he wants to get more consistency than less consistency from IQ before he puts him in that starting rotation, because doing it too soon may actually throw his whole trajectory off. So I don't have a problem with him continuing coming off the bench. And I would like to see probably around, I think we spoke about this All-Star before or after the All-Star break, which is in March this year. I would like to see if he continues down the path that I think he's going to continue on, which is this year. I'd like to see him become the starter.
And he's closing, so he's getting there. He still played more minutes than Peyton, so he's getting there. He's getting there. Tibbs knows, man. Tibbs knows. Yeah. So he's definitely getting there. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. No Kev today. Nope. Kev. With the Knicks coming back at full strength, Reggie Bullock returned, started. You have Burks back in the rotation, Rivers in the rotation, Obi's there, Quickly's there. No Kev. Corner boy Kev, we've been looking for him. He's been struggling past, 5 or so games. Didn't play at all today, JL. Any issues there for you? Any issues there?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like I said, with the Rivers thing, if Rivers is not playing well, You might time to pull him. Maybe you put Kevin for Rivers this game since Rivers wasn't playing well the whole game, you know?
Yeah.
But Kev hasn't really been on.
Hasn't been on
for a week and a half. I keep saying we jinxed them. They announced it ever since they announced that Kev was the best corner 3-point shooting person in the NBA.
Went downhill fast.
Went down. It's like I felt like he was watching TV. You know, like when you're a kid and you're riding a bike and you have your parent holding the bike behind you, and then they let go. You don't realize that they let go.
And you wobbly on
exactly.
On that thing,
you like, and they just turn on you doing it. And you like you're doing it. And you look back and you realize your parents' hands not there, and you just fall over and run into a tree. Or something. I think that's what happened with Kev, man.
That's what happened with Kev.
That's what happened with Kev, man. He was riding on his own, didn't realize it, and then thought too much, and now he's in the bush somewhere in a ditch.
That's such a good analogy. And I already see everyone in the chat talking about, well, IQ's inconsistent, but what about Peyton? Listen, I'm with you, but we already know there's some sort of, love affair between Tibbs and Peyton. So it doesn't matter if he's consistent, not consistent. That man's going to start. So
it's the coach. That's the coach's decision.
I completely agree with you. I think IQ's more consistent than Peyton, but in order for IQ to come out on top of the situation, he's got to provide, or rather perform day in and day out, because Tibbs is not hopping off that Peyton train anytime soon. So that I agree with you guys there. I'm not saying that Peyton's more consistent. I'm just saying he happens to have the coach's ear, and that's sometimes all you need.
Agreed. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up on Fury Squad. We got 1,200 on this matinee kickoff. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up to 1,000. Hit that thumbs up on Fury Squad. I want to shout out Bless NYC. Sends a super chat. He says, fun game. The foundation is starting to look bright. Side note, great interview on WFAN yesterday, CP. Salute to Bless NYC. Salute everybody that checked out that interview. Evan Roberts of WFAN says he always watches the show, especially when we lose. So he might be watching right now. So salute to Evan Roberts and everybody at WFAN for the invitation. TM, if you have the link to the show, definitely drop it. It's on KnicksFanTV's podcast. So definitely drop those links in there for the people who may have missed it. All right, back to the phones. Let's go to Washington Heights. Papo, what's going on, Papo? How you feeling, bro?
Yo, what's going on, guys? My question is about Obi.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so awkward out there. He's just running, putting his hands up for a pick and runs to a corner. Started to remind me of Frank. When Frank would just dribble the ball to the half court, give it to somebody, and just go to a corner. So I don't know if he's being developed right by Tibbs. I just want to know, what do you guys think about Obi? I know it's only 12, 13 games he's played, but you can tell when a player's going to be a dog or not. He's looking weird out there.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I hear you, bro. It's going to take some time for Obi to get it together, man. Nope. Yeah, I'm here, bro. It's gonna take some time for Obi to get it together, man. And as I said, the point guard play is going to be linked to that, JL. It's like there's no way around it. You know what I mean? Right now, he's not a post-up player. He's still trying to find his way. I thought there was opportunities with Moot guarding him to try to see if you could take him off the dribble. Use your athleticism a little bit and draw fouls. Like, get aggressive out there on the face-up game. We know the post-up isn't there. You saw him visibly frustrated in this game when Rivers wasn't finding him. Even IQ wasn't finding him. He was out there on the leak outs, trying to get some fast break transition buckets going. They weren't finding him. There were no pick and rolls ran for him at all. Hardly ever. Yeah. And so Obi's frustrated, man. So his time will come. It's just gonna be a slow burn for him.
Yeah, especially games like this when IQ is just kind of going off. Like when he's going off like that, it's hard for him to even get some ISO situations to see if he can get something at least consistently. And then also at the same time, like you said, people were pointing out that he has his one hand out for leak outs, trying to get the ball for some easy baskets, and no one's looking up and no one's giving him the ball. So I feel like he got a little frustrated. He's also kind of pouting in the corner. I know I saw CP kind of tweet about that. And listen, like CP said, we're going to need some guard play to kind of unlock him at some point this season, or at least have him have a little bit more reps as a guy who can score, like CP said, even though the post game is not working, maybe try to, outspeed some of these big face up or, head fake and go type of game like that. But it's not happening for him right now.
Yeah.
So
I give him a chance, man.
He's definitely, he definitely looks like he's on an island by himself out there. He
Mhm.
looks a little lost. When he chucked up that 30-footer, I was like,
Rainbow threes. I don't
not
even
a
think it
splash
landed
brother,
yet. I didn't
but
even think it
that was a
landed.
frustration. Like heat check, because if he had hit it, it would have been like, oh, you want to pass me the ball now? It just obviously didn't go that way. I think though Obi may be trying to do too much sometimes to prove that he belongs. I think throughout this game he should be driving it more into the rim, using his size, things like that. I think he's acting out of frustration because he doesn't feel he belongs. It looks like he doesn't belong when he's out there. He's being iced out a little bit, and that can be frustrating.
Rivers is killing me with that, man. Rivers is killing
man.
me, man. Let's just be real. He's not past couple of games now. From the West Coast trip now, he's just been tunnel vision with everybody, especially Obi. He's not passing it to him whatsoever. So, again, who he's out there with makes a big difference. It's a big difference, Shales.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's about. I don't know if Rivers is trying to, what's the word, haze him a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely something. It's definitely going to hinder Obi's development if Tibbs can't find him a spot that allows him to get the ball more in his hands. It's a off right now.
Yeah,
he just needs touches. He just needs touches to develop right now. See what he has in his game, and right now, he's not getting those. I mean, we saw some touches in the Golden State game,
Yeah.
But we need some consistent touches for Obi to see what he has and develop him on that side of the ball.
Definitely, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP, Ashley Moss, J. Ellis of the Nick of Time show in the building. #1 show for the fans by the fans. Knicks lose 129-115, and we are recapping the game, hearing from the fans. Salute to Chuck D. Chuck D's been in the chat, watching with the fans, talking with the fans all day long. So if you guys are Chuck D fan, Public Enemy fans, throw a hashtag PE to salute the general in the chat right now. We got a couple more super chats. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new as well. We'll definitely shout you guys out. Let me shout out a couple super chats. Fritz Elliott says IQ will eventually start. However, I like the way Tibbs is using him at this time. Ed Powler says play Frank over Elfrid. Tired of RJ and Randle passing to the corner, and it's Elfrid gearing up for a brick. He didn't say for a brick. I said that for a brick. But yeah,
I agree with that. But.
Yeah, 100%. B. Swade says Randle, RJ, IQ combined for 75, which is more than PG, Kawhi, and any other starter. Once these boys get a strong supporting cast, they're going to be a problem. Take that for data. Real Rel says, tell me this as a player, Tibbs. Tell me this, has a player ever gotten 6th man of the year and rookie of the year in the same season? Because IQ can get that. Has that been?
I don't know. Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll be stat boy today.
All right, no doubt. No doubt. Do the damn thing. All right, back to the phones. Let's go to Nate from Rochester. Been a minute. Nate, how you feeling, bro?
What's up, guys? Feeling all right. It's a good game. First point, about Manuel quickly starting, there's a lot of chatter about him wanting to get in. And I kind of thought back to something that Gilbert Arenas said about Lou Williams, who he gets compared to often, is that when you get put in the second unit against these teams, typically there's going to be more fouls kind of had, which gets you to the bonus, and we know how good quickly he is at the free throw line and drawing fouls. So that kind of bodes well for him, and I think that's kind of what helps his efficiency so much. So, obviously you want him to get more minutes, which he has been. But, I think Tibbs knows what he's doing, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it.
Also, with RJ and Randle, holy goddamn, I'm tired. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. RJ and Randle, their chemistry's improved a lot from last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is kind of something that I've harped on between years, just overall, we have no continuity on this roster. Typically, we have a different team every year. And it's now we see, when these people play more, they get better together. RJ has gotten better, Randall's gotten better, and they exist on the court together. They're looking for each other actively. And they just kind of seem they like to be around each other more. That's it. I've seen them, they're encouraging each other more.
Chemistry's there, man.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
Kevin Knox,
Appreciate
he sucks.
Oh, God. All right. Appreciate the call,
Man,
he leaked that one in there. He snuck that one in there. Too.
Mad casual.
So
too.
salute to Nate, man. But yeah, you know, listen, the chemistry with Julius and RJ is definitely improving. You saw a much more patient Julius as they were running the offense through the post. And RJ kind of being that, you know, that secondary option for him. They spaced the floor fairly well in the first quarter for each other. And so, yeah, as Nate said, as they, you know, play together some more and get some more reps together, you see in the chemistry. Even the Clippers, talking about the competition, just thinking about last year, how everybody wanted to break that team up and run everybody out of town. You got to give teams a chance to gel, man. Every team is not just going to go out there and perform overnight. And you see what this Clipper team is doing. They added some pieces. Ty Lue is obviously coaching them very well, and they're right at the top of the league. So give credit to them as well.
Yeah, man. It makes.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it just makes future decisions a lot harder, CP.
Yeah, a lot harder.
But decisions a lot harder.
Yeah, but as you were saying, man, just take that option and extend that decision making of that. Make it a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Make it a little bit harder. Just extend that option for sure.
And it doesn't look like it's actually ever been done. Ben Gordon was the first rookie to ever win Sixth Man of the Year, but he didn't actually win Rookie of the Year also.
Okay.
It looks like the record is there for the taking.
Okay.
So.
All right, Q, what it do? IQ, what it do? Let's see.
Let's go.
Let's see. I believe he's moved into second place in points per game among rookies right now, with a minimum minutes requirement. I'll check that stat again, but I think he has moved in. Let's see what Jonathan Washman of Bleacher Report, former guest of this show. Salute to Jonathan Washman. He says that after another 25 points, quickly is now second among rookies in scoring, 12.4 points per game to Anthony Edwards, 13.1 points per game, who's playing over 6 or more minutes a game.
It would be so funny. It quickly got Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Considering that he also beat Anthony Edwards as like college, SEC right? Player of the Year.
SEC Player of the Year, right.
Exactly,
right, yeah.
in college. So if he was Rookie of the Year over Anthony Edwards again, that would be hilarious.
That's great. that would be still the draft. The plot thickens. And he's a member of the Orange and Blue, man.
Do it with me one time, Jay Ellis, Birdman Hair.
Salute Travis Hayward, team #new. Salute Antoine McNeil. He says #new to being old. All right. Ryan O'Sullivan checking in from Wales. Can't even pronounce that city, man. I'm not even gonna botch your city up, kid. But salute to Wales, everybody in the UK up with us. Cheers to you guys. No, but he put his city in there, but I couldn't pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was CAERSWS, like cares.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna botch this man's city, man. Salute to Wales. Salute to Frank Cassiola. What's going on, Frank? How you feeling? A lot of PEs in the chat. Saluting the Rhyme Animal. Somebody said Chuck D's in here in the mosh pit. Chuck D's mixing it up, man. The chat could be a cesspool sometimes. Chuck D's right in the middle of it. He knows what it is, man. He's out there prophets of rage, you know?
Yeah, stay clean, Chuck.
Yeah, man. He's out there prophets of rage. He sees how those mosh pits get down, so Chuck D's always ready. Paul P says KFTV with the stats. Yeah, we had a new dynamic here, a new dimension here. You know what I mean? Might have to do that some more often, Ash. Good job on the research.
Yeah, go ahead. Add it to my my check.
Yeah.
I think that girls will cost you a couple extra dollars, sir.
Shout out CeeLo Torres. He says, Yo, CP peeps trying to copy the format, but had to let him know KFTV is the real. CeeLo Torres, appreciate it, man. Definitely hold us down. Let us know. Let us know what's going on.
You know.
If you know, you know. Who'd
he say?
He didn't say any names, JLs. He didn't say any names.
He just said peeps.
Yeah, he said peeps.
But if you know, you know. You know.
He kept it diplomatic. He kept it diplomatic, no doubt. All right, let's go north of the border. RJ had a good game, so you know my man had to check in. The Canadian homer. Iller, what's going on? Talk to us, bro.
Yo, what's going on, guys? First, I want to run a story by UCC. I thought it was interesting. On your last show, against the Cavs, when I called in, I was talking about Iggy.
Mm-hmm.
I received like 12 DMs on Instagram. I went through all of them, and I got so much Iggy support. which I thought was cool.
Oh, nice. All right.
But unfortunately, you know, I had to put my profile on privacy. And funny thing is, yesterday, I went to the Athletic Institute, the hoop. And it's a basketball institution here in Ontario where players like Thonmaker, Jamal Murray, and obviously Iggy came out of.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the guys were like, hey, you're that guy that calls in on KnicksFanTV. And I'm like, yeah, because, you know, they know me by name.
No doubt.
And, yeah, they were loving it, man.
No
I
doubt.
guess my popularity has risen thanks to
Heavy in
KnicksFanTV.
Ontario. Illa rep.
And, you know, I told them I'll
Okay.
always advocate for Iggy.
clout.
So, that being said,
Good stuff, bro.
I want to get to my point. What I really want to talk about is how I enjoyed RJ's performance this afternoon. He's truly playing two-way basketball, man. He's shown tremendous progress.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I really liked was the RJ Leonard matchup today.
Yeah.
I
That was
think
nice.
RJ's
Box
defense
office.
really goes unnoticed, to be honest with you.
I mean, no, we noticed
I'm not going to lie. When RJ takes the ball in the basket, man, I feel like I'm scoring as well, man. That's how much passion I have for RJ. I'm having a blast watching him. His hard work ethics is definitely paying off.
Yeah.
And I think today was either his 76th or 77th NBA game. I got to double check on that.
Yeah.
You know, he's 20 years old. I'm loving it, man. I
Love it,
think
bro.
we may have found our future franchise player. That's all I got to say.
One of them.
Peace.
I think one of them for sure. And salute Illa. Definitely one of them. You know, we'll see if he could be the guy or not. But another influx of talent won't hurt anybody. But I'm happy with RJ's progress. That's all we can say. 20 years old, went toe-to-toe with the Claw on offense and defense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, JLs? He's got
Yeah.
one of the best defenders in the game trying to guard him. And it was you know, it was tough, especially second half when the Claw started to buckle down. And yeah, he did you know, posterize RJ. It is what it is. It's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah, I thought
man.
the matchup was still nice though, man. It's still a good one for him.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, he goes toe to toe with the Claw. This guy has had problems with efficiency, right? That's RJ's thing.
Yeah.
Problems with efficiency. Goes toe to toe with the Claw, and drops 23 points and shoots 64% from the three. I mean,
Yeah.
from the field.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like
No complaints.
it looks like he's figured it out, man. It just looked like he figured it out, and this is year 2.
Yeah.
Apologies are being accepted.
Yeah, everybody was wilding about RJ's a bust.
Wilding.
All he is aggressive.
Wilding.
He doesn't have anything to his game. All that is dead. I haven't heard any of that in
I
a
mean,
couple of weeks.
I mean, to be honest, when he started the preseason the way he did, I was encouraged. Even though he went through a slump, I'm like, nah, that can't. Like, he's got to be able to come back up, bring it back up, because he was very efficient in the preseason.
Yeah,
very efficient from three, and the free throws continued. So I just thought it was a tough slump. It was a tough slump that he went through, and now he's brought his numbers back up. So let's go ahead and go.
I think also it's easy to kind of get wrapped up in just wanting to win and wanting to win now, especially when you've gone through periods where that wasn't the case. And I think people forget, you know, bringing it back, RJ is only 20 years old. And I think sometimes we get so ahead of ourselves because we've been in a franchise, or fans of a franchise rather, that consistently has been so up and down and hasn't won the way that we've hoped that they would win, that you kind of want to rush the process. But, you know, great players, sometimes you get lucky and they're great players right out of the draft. And sometimes they take a season or two. And I think fans, although, you know, on top of us needing to fill some other spaces within our team, obviously we still have a lot more work to do. I think one of the things we need to learn this season is patience and not to rush the
100%.
process. And, you know, when you don't rush it, good things happen. And I think we're headed in the right direction. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen. We just got to let it happen. Let it run its course.
man, we have a lot of nice pieces lining up right now, man. I haven't been this optimistic about the future of this team in a long
And Mavericks keep losing, baby. I was watching that Suns-Mavs game last night. Went down to the wire. Shout out my guy CP3 for putting the dagger in the back and closing the door on them. Mavs have lost 6 straight. They are reeling on the anniversary of the Kristaps Porzingis trade. So it's funny, man, because, you know, I was blasting the trade in terms of what we got back. And now things are kind of looking up for us, Jay Ellis. You know, DSJ has accepted a relegation to the G League, and And we could have a very nice draft pick coming back in this thing.
Facts.
And Randle is playing well in Kristaps' absence, man.
That's the
Randle's playing
fact. I always said, even the night of the trade, because that's when everything started really blowing up for like this whole post game, the KP trade.
Yeah.
I was like, I know everybody's mad, but if you take a step back, it's not as bad as you think.
And I feel bad. I do feel bad a little bit because I happen to be a big fan of Luka. And I see him on the sidelines with the towel over his head.
Oh, he's weeping. He's weeping. Get that man a tissue.
Like Steph Curry, and he looks broken. And I'm just like, Luka, you're my guy. I hate it had to be you, but, it had to be
Mental
you. I'm
toughness,
sorry.
man. Luka's crumbling right now.
Luka's having a nervous breakdown.
He can't handle the adversity, JL.
He about to force a trade to New York.
Yeah, a couple of years, man.
I will trade the house for Luka.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Let's go back to the phone. JJ from Inglewood. JJ, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, CP? What's going on, JLS? What's up, Ashley?
What's good, bro?
Couple points, man. Love the show, of course, man. But I would say, man, today, it's Inglewood, man, home of the Los Angeles Lakers, 17-time champions. Let's gotta get that in there, man. But I think this was a good loss for you guys today, man. It's one of those losses where, it's still an L in the column. But, man, you guys showed a lot of good things today, man. And I think you guys got to start. I think you guys already see it and quickly. But I think what Tibbs got to do, man, you got to put him in the starting lineup. It's gonna immediately increase the value of the team because when these free agents now look at the Knicks, instead of them making a decision to come over here to play with a good player, now they can possibly come over here and play with the rookie of the year. So that immediately increases the value, man. So if Tibbs can do something like that, which is an easy move, very good for the team, man. And again, I say this every time I call in. What you guys see out of Randle, this is maximum peak, man. So don't expect anything more. I don't think his trade value is up there because I think the whole league sees that this is all you're going to get. So you got to wait till that contract ends, man. But love the show, man.
Appreciate
love what
you,
y'all
bro.
doing, man. So Lakers, man, number 17.
I appreciate it, bro. Listen, I think it's going to come, man. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. As you see, he's getting more responsibility. Now the minutes are tipping in Quickly's favor. They did the same thing last game as well, where he got a couple more minutes over Alfred. Now he's finishing the game. He got to finish the game today. And like I said, you're going to need his offense. More so off ball than on. But even when he's on, the floater game is like, he has no intermediate jump shot, JL. It's a straight floater.
Yeah,
three-point
man.
shot.
That is crazy. His only set jump shot is from beyond the three-point line. That is nuts.
Yeah.
Like once he gets to that little arc, that little arc part of the foul line?
Yeah.
Once he gets there, it's all floater from
It's
there.
all
It's
floater.
kind of
It's all
nuts.
floater. It's all floater, man. So, yeah, man. Listen, I love that Quickly's here with us. Ash, last 3 out of the last 4 games, 25 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes. 24 points, 3 boards, 3 dimes. 31 points, 3 boards, 4 dimes. He's here, man. This kid is here.
definitely
Steal of the
is.
draft. Absolute steal of the draft.
Can't believe we got one.
Yeah.
We got one.
Can't believe it, right? We finally win
us?
something in the
Us?
draft.
It was cool too because it was watching like Lou Will play like it was like you ever watch Looper
Yeah.
where like they go back in time where
Yeah.
they go into the future. It was like Lou Will currently went back in time to play Lou Will of the past.
Yeah, and you saw that. You saw the respect. They dapped each other up
Yeah.
at the court. Yeah, it was dope, man.
And
was
Lou
dope.
Will, I've been around him a few times. I've actually gotten to speak to him a few times, and he is one of those guys who's not afraid to kind of pass the secrets of the trade to the younger generation, and that's always, appreciate. So the fact that IQ idolizes him and, he lists him as one of his role models, I definitely think that that's somebody, that he can reach out to from this point forward and, get kind of the tricks of the trade. How can I get better? How can I be better? How can I do better? How can I shoot better? I mean, if anybody can give you that advice, if you want that advice from anybody, it's the 6th man of the year himself, Lou Will. So.
Yeah. Shout out Lou Will, man. Lou Willville, he's a real one. That definitely is. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Ryan O'Sullivan from Wales comes back. He says his city is pronounced Cairsus. All right, so salute to Ryan for Cairsus, Wales. So salute to everybody out there in the UK. Cheers. Good evening to everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wherever you guys are checking in from around the world. Throw your cities in the chat. Let us know where you guys are checking in from so we could shout you guys out. Salute to everybody in Team Hashtag New as well. Ellis said we heavy in the map in Ontario, So our peoples in Canada has been checking us out. So
All right.
so salute to Iller for being a representative of Knicks Fan TV up there in the Great North, holding it down on the basketball court. Illa, now we got to find out if you got game, man. You said you over there hooping with where he dropped names too, JL. So let you know. He's in the same gym as Jamal Murray.
I definitely peeped
But
that.
Illa, I need to know if you the equipment manager or you getting buckets in there. What are you doing there? Now I need somebody to call from the gym and verify. What's Illa's game like?
Pull a security tape from that.
Yeah, we need the tape. We need the tapes. So somebody send us the tapes, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squads. Let's go to Fredo. Fredo, what's going on, man? How you feeling? Oh, turn your volume down, bro. Oh, man.
Oh, dang.
Guidelines, Fredo. Guidelines, man. Guidelines. All right. Fredo, you got to go by the guidelines, man. You got to turn your volume down, fam. Turn your volume down. And then call back. All right. Dwayne from Yonkers. Dwayne, what's going on, bro?
What's up, CP?
How you doing, man? How you doing? What's going on?
Hello? What's up? What's up, Ashley? What's up, JLS?
Hi.
Guys, I actually think that Thibs threw his game away, first of all. I think Thibs definitely cost us the game in that fourth quarter. We were down by 5, and then they put the starters back in. Another thing is Rivers should definitely not be playing anymore. As a vet, he needs to bench himself.
He said
Frank definitely should be taking his spot. This is regardless of Elfrid Payton, too. Obviously, Elfrid Payton should not be playing either, but Rivers needs to bench himself. We need to get Mitchell Robinson a lot more touches. It's ridiculous that he goes silent for like long stretches at a time. That's so silly. He scores the basket so easily. Of course, we love the quickly floaters and everything, but Mitchell Robinson gets you dunks and lobs, easy buckets. He's going missing for two long stretches in the game. I just think, those things really cost us the game today, man. It was very disappointing because Rivers is just throwing up bricks, man. He just needs to sit. He's not playing defense. He's completely not playing defense. I don't care what anyone says. There's no way he's going to be a better defender than Frank. Absolutely no way. Put Frank in the game. Stop this Frank hate from the coaching staff. I don't know what's going on. We need that guy out there, at least until we trade him. Stop this madness. That's all I got to say, guys.
Okay.
Have a nice evening.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
That's a lot to digest.
Yeah.
He started off with Austin Rivers should bench himself.
He actually started off with Tibbs lost this game.
Yeah, he said Tibbs lost the game.
Okay.
Then Austin Rivers should bench himself.
Yeah.
That's all I heard. I'm sorry.
That was cold.
Nah, I can't listen. I can't put this one on Tibbs when they just get outgunned like that.
Yeah,
yes, there was questionable decisions late when they were in the game. Could have went either way, but all in all, they just lost to a better team, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just lose to a better team.
No, I 100% agree with that. And I'm quick to put it on Tibbs if it's his fault. I think the Kings game where his rotations were out, I think that was definitely his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I think today was just like you said, you're playing a championship caliber team that's loaded with shooters, and unfortunately for most of the game, you kind of played to their game, which was trying to have a shootout, and you can't do that when you don't have the shooters. A lot of that game, we kind of shied away from what makes us a team and a solid team, at least at this moment in time, and that is our defense and our ability to play defense for 4 quarters. And I think we got caught up in the fact that our shots were falling for most of the game. We were able to have a lead. We were able to maintain a lead. We were able to keep up. And the fourth quarter was all systems a go for the Clippers, and you just can't compete with that. Once they start rolling, it just is what it is. So I don't think Tibbs could have done anything differently to change the outcome of this game.
I don't see it. They were just too strong. Like I said, look at forget Paul George, forget Kawhi Leonard. Look at how much we gave up to their supporting cast. I mean, Patrick Patterson, Reggie Jackson, and Serge almost gave you 50 points.
Yeah, and those
are
role
129 points. The Clippers average number 7 offense in the league. They average 113. We gave them 129.
Yeah, and those are exactly players that we're kind of looking for. Those 3 ND guys who can spot up play defense consistently on both ends. That's what that's what we need, and that's why they won the game.
I chalk it up to that, man.
Yeah. And on top of that, if you watch in the first quarter, we were locking down PG and Kawhi, and other people were able to take the shot.
Yeah.
I mean, there were other people that ball was kicked out to that were able to take the shot, and their shots were just falling. I mean, you have a team full of shooters. It's hard to compete with that for 4 quarters when you don't have the shooters yourself. So, I mean, unless Tibbs can manufacture shooters on the bench and implement them in the game, I don't know what else he could have done, you know?
Well, you know, I look to this guy all the time to see, you know, where our supporting cast is going to go. Bullock, 8 points. He gave you his usual 8, 2 for 3. Burks left his game in the second quarter. He had 7 points, 1 for 4 from downtown, and didn't give you anything else in the second half. So that's just not going to get it done. That's just not going to get it done. As far as his comments on Mitch, I thought the activity by Mitch and getting Mitch the ball was very good in the first half. Started by what? A Gotham log from who, JLs? RJ to Mitch. The Gotham lob, you know, it's so refreshing to see when they execute it. Even Peyton, you know, as they were attacking the paint very well in that first half, they were very patient. Randle, Peyton found Mitch as like the last ditch attempt, you know, on a bailout driving to the rim, and Mitch was slamming it down. So you just got to keep it going. Just have to keep it going, attacking and feeding.
Are we gonna brush over the whole Austin Rivers should bench himself thing?
I mean, how do you counter that?
I heard. I didn't hear anything else after he said that. Apparently, my memory just went blank after he said that.
How do you counter that? You know, as Jay Ellis said, you can kind of tell when Rivers is going to be on or not just by how he starts the game. And if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. So that'll be on Tibbs. Just like we saw Kev is now sliding out the rotation. The
door is ajar if somebody ever gets healthy.
The door is ajar.
What are the stipulations of Rivers' deal? Is he available hypothetically for a trade?
I think. Yeah. He'd be eligible.
I think we always talk about, you know, the usual suspects, Frank and Knox, but I mean, you know.
No, I mean, half of these guys are on 1 year deals.
Cheap deals.
Like they set up this team to flip them.
Yeah.
To go either or. So it really depends on what's happening, you know?
Yeah. Is it out of the question to assume then, or to think that, you know, Austin Rivers may be included in a trade package for, say, Levine?
Only if he's playing the Utah Jazz, it seems. Only if he's playing the Utah Jazz.
Told you, man.
If you're going off the game tape any other night, you ain't looking for him. You ain't checking for him.
Put those Utah Jazz posters in his locker room, man. Just put them all over his room.
In Utah, he must have got the reverse pizza that Michael Jordan got.
Yeah.
He must have had like HGH in it or something.
Yeah, you got the THC joint. You got the THC.
The Space Jam special stuff.
Facts. Let's try Fredo again, see if he's ready to roll this time.
All right,
Fredo, you back live, bro. What's going on, man?
Hello?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro. What's going on? Now he's making dinner.
It was good. CPJ, Ellis, Ashley. How y'all doing today?
All right.
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling. I'm good. I just wanted to talk about Dave's rotation. I was very confused late game because Austin Rivers was just running around. He wasn't confident. And then RJ out of the game. I just don't understand. I was confused about his rotation there. And I think people, I see a lot of people talking about Obi. I think people just need to give him time to let him find his game. This game, it wasn't really his fault. He was open on a lot of times. I feel like they could have gave it to him. But quickly, and Rivers, they just failed to miss him sometimes. I'm not sure if that's a team chemistry or something got to practice. I don't know. I think we should just give Obi more time to find his game. Another thing is I feel like this team that Leon has put together is very good. We just may be missing one or two few pieces. A spot-up shooter is definitely one of them. I'm not going to completely blame Tibbs for this loss because we did play well. Clippers are a championship team. We're still rebuilding. I just think the rotations were a little bit iffy. And maybe if we could trade for Levine, not give him too much, maybe Dallas's first-round pick or who knows, Rivers, blow up, I think we could be good. But otherwise, I'll have to say thank you. Enjoying the show. Peace out.
Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Fredo's with Ash on the 2K trades, man, for Zach LaVine. We're gonna see him tomorrow night. And once we see him tomorrow night, y'all let me know if you still think we could get him for a steal. Listen, this is one of the best players in the NBA.
Did you see that Portland? Jesus.
I didn't see him last night.
I didn't see the game. I just saw
against Dame.
I just saw the clutch 3-pointer at the end, and it's not been his first one. Yeah.
What did he drop on Portland last night? Let's look him up. Zach LaVine. Yeah. Could he be on the block?
It's not going to be DSJ in the first.
Yeah, it ain't going to be DSJ in the first, man. You going to have to pay to play.
Listen, and, I'll give him DSJ. I'll give him Frank.
The Vikings at the
Look, I'll give him DSJ. I'll give him Frank. I'll give him Knox. I'll give him Rivers. And I'll give him first. That's not enough?
No. You're going to have to give up.
Step aside. I'll make it happen.
The Vikings at the trade table making deals.
The Vikings at the trade table right now,
It's about time the basketball gods turn in our favor. I will make it happen because y'all just are trying to trade the house on the first shot. And no, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. I'm trying to get you how possible.
Started from the bottom.
It's going to cost the grip, man. 26, 5 and 5. Zach LaVine, beasting, man. Absolutely beasting right now. What can you say? He dropped 26 and 4, 75% from the field, 75% from 3 last night. I don't know how many attempts. 100% from the free throw line. This boy's playing. Played under Tibbs, former Tibbs disciple. Spoke highly of Tibbs. And had a good year on the Tibbs. Had a very good year on the Tibbs, did Zach LaVine. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure what the trade market will have for him, but I don't see him in the Knicks' favor. But Ian Begley does say that they're going to monitor the situation still, as they should with everything, Jails.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the way he's playing now, you wonder if he still has. Is he still upset with the coach the way he's playing? I know they're not winning anymore. That's a thing.
Ooh, with Billy D? I mean, Billy D just got there though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
That was the thing. That was the whole line. Yeah. He's like he was upset with the coaching situation and he wanted to leave.
Right. That was with the other guy, with Jim Boylan and the previous regime. So we'll see. I want to speak to Corey about it. Corey Tyler, a Hardwood Herald. He's a Bulls fan. We should definitely get him on before the trade deadline and find out what's going on with the Bulls. Why would they even be looking to trade Zach LaVine?
We gotta ask P too. He's in Chicago. He gotta have his ear to the
P. We gotta call P. P got his ears to the streets.
Actually, I'm talking to Corey too about he's gonna be. I'm talking.
Okay. No doubt. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Ash, you want to shout out in the chat, man? Anybody in the chat you want to shout out?
Shout out to James Smith saying Ash make it happen, said Iggy too. Okay.
That's gonna set Iller off. He's coming after you, man.
Fritz Elliott said Leon needs to hire Ash. I love that trade. Papa Left said Ash trying to smack her phone 5 times and turn DSJ, Frank, and Knox into Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Ashley with her trade broker bag. Listen, I am going to make this trade happen. Send me into the boardroom. Send me to Chicago, and I promise you, I may come out with another player on top of LaVine. We may get 2 for 1. Listen, I got it. Let me like the hashtag, let Russ cook, let Ash cook. I got this.
Let Ash cook.
JL, so you want to shout out in the chat, man?
All right, let Ash cook. All right. Shout out to Jeffy Vasquez. Shout out to the Shells, man. Shout out Tiger Style.
Yeah.
Chris O. I saw my guy. I saw young Simba in here earlier. I saw you in here earlier. Pretty sure you're still here. So shout out to you as well. Junior Karoma. Shout out to the mods holding it down. And yeah, that's it, man. Shout out to everybody who supports the channel.
Yeah, good show, man. And then Knicks are in Chicago to take on Zach LaVine tomorrow night. So you know where we'll be at. Keep it locked. KnicksFanTV, #1 show for the fans by the fans. Real quick, as we mentioned earlier, as Ash mentioned, putting DSJ in a trade. He's decided to take his talents to the G League, and so the G League is set to kick off next week. DSJ will be going down, and the Knicks have okayed it. Tom Thibodeau has said he embraces the G League and fully accepts GSJ's decision, man. So what do you guys think about that?
Man, I mean, I like it, man. I like it. It proves that, maybe the culture of this team is rubbing off, because I feel like, older DSJ would have pouted. He would have not spoken to the media. He would have disappeared, and something crazy like that. But I just feel like the way this team is set up with the coach that's being established, I think it maybe helped him to realize that, you know, maybe this is the best move, man. Maybe it's you know, a maturation process for DSJ himself, you know, realizing sometimes as a man you have to take a step back to go forward. You don't always get what you want right when you want it. You have to destroy before you rebuild sometimes. So it's a good look for him to get in the G League, get some reps and beat up on.
Ash, what's your take on it? Oh, lost him. Hang on.
The actual team, you want to be in the building. So
wait, Ash, repeat your thoughts because I cut out. The connection cut out. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the same thing that Jay Ellis is, you know, just
going ham too.
was basically that. Look, it takes a lot for you to kind of make that move, to make that decision. Everybody wants to be in the Garden. Everybody wants to be with the actual NBA team, putting in work, whether it's on the court, in practice, even if you're just in the building. So for him to kind of take that step back and say, look, I understand that maybe you guys need to see more from me. And if I can't do that here, then let me do it in the G League. That speaks a lot to his character. That's not an easy decision to make. That's an ego decision, or a lack of an ego decision rather. And, you know, for him to make it, I'm definitely impressed with it, and definitely all credit to him. And I hope that, you know, it works out in his favor. And even if it's not going to be with the Knicks, I hope that that G League experience kind of gets put some film underneath his belt, that if it's not with the Knicks, that another team can see it and see his potential, because I do think that he has a place in this league somewhere.
Yeah, I agree, man. And first I got to look at the culture of our organization, because last year that was a big topic of conversation, and neither Fizdale nor Mike Miller really, you know, accepted that, or Scott Perry for that matter, Steve Mills.
Right,
And no one really wanted to send Frank or DSJ or even Kevin Knox when they were struggling and not getting playing time. Their philosophy was that, you know, player development can also happen observing from the bench. And Tibbs is part of that as well, but he's also embracing that if you're not going to play, you're going to get sent down. And we know that Tibbs is not going to play all these young guys. Iggy's not going to get burned, and DSJ is not going to get burned. So they're going to embrace that G League. They're also building out their developmental staff. So that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign. And then for DSJ, that's great for him. You know what I mean? He's in the last year of his deal. So whether it's a rebound with the Knicks, who knows? Maybe he comes back second half and leads us to the playoffs. I think that would be a great story.
That would be crazy.
But listen, you saw.
I would literally go streaking on 2nd Avenue if that happens. Like,
we got Ashley Fan TV in the chat will go crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think listen, this is a good move for him, good move for the organization, and see if he could you know, rebound on his career. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But definitely great show, guys. Let me find my outro music. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad as usual. Tough loss, man. Knicks go down 129 and 115. But as we said, there were definitely positives to take away from this one, and that was certainly the play of R.J. Barrett, the play of Emmanuel Quickly, Julius Randle as well. So all in all, you know, tough loss, but as we look for positive signs in terms of player development, you know, that was definitely on display.
I unleashed the
I told you.
I'm sorry.
I told you.
I was like, this is going to get crazy.
Now the chat speeded up.
Exactly.
Ashley Fan TV going crazy today.
Ashley only fan.
Back in a frenzy, man.
I would literally be that happy though. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I let Ash cook. You know what I mean? Like, I
Oh God.
I kind of was joking, and I kind of was like, going to the playoffs. I would have been like, listen, all bets are off.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. JL's got it. Side us out, man.
Yeah, definitely check out the Nick Time Show on audio.
Breaking the chat, man. I thought we were on good footing from that first show, man. We were on a downward trend. Now the mods are working in overtime again. TM, I'm sorry, man. I apologize.
God. Creepy down more people than Spike Lee on this. All right. I'm sorry. To everybody. All right. Listen to Nigga Time Show on all audio platforms. That is SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, all that noise. Definitely check that out. Also check out our show on youtube.com/show, where you can catch me, Ryan G, and Raw, and numerous other people on the show from time to time when we talk Knicks. Also, check out the social medias. That's BKOT Show on Twitter, the Nick Time Show on Instagram and Facebook, and also check out the nicktimeshow.com. You can catch the blogs from our writers and some merch as well. That is all. Back to you, Ash and CP.
Ash again.
As usual, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ash Nicole Moss. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, All In with Ashley Nicole, on YouTube. CP and I, like I said, we have something really special coming your way soon. Tuesday, we have Victor Cruz, so don't forget that. You know, the Cowboy fan in me is gonna be suffering that day, but that's okay.
Don't worry, fam. We'll find a window for you to talk. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
And hashtag 9God, hashtag let Ash cook.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad one more time. Tough loss, man. But we'll bounce back tomorrow against the Bulls. Keep the conversation rolling, though. Leave a comment after the show goes off the air. Leave a comment underneath the video. Let us know what you thought. So to everybody who's purchasing the KnicksFanTV snapbacks, I think somebody purchased one live while we were on the air, so definitely appreciate it. If you didn't get yours, you can get it right under this video. There's also links going around in the chat as well. Remember, this show is available in audio podcast format: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher, Google Play, all major podcast platforms on the KnicksFanTV. So, yeah, man. Don't forget, people, Tuesday night, let's get this Zach LaVine highlights out of here. Tuesday, it's Victor Cruz coming through, crashing KnicksFanTV. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot of Giants, actually, but don't worry. We're going to talk Super Bowl preview as well, and we're going to talk some Knicks as well with Cruz. Looking forward to that one. And, yeah, man, let me salute some more. I think we had a lot of more super chats come in, so let me make sure we take care of our supporters and acknowledge them. Who else we got in here? We have Tiger Style says Frank's going to be known for three things: defense, groin pulls, and being the biggest tease in Knicks history, period.
What a tease.
Frank Hive, your hero was a phony all along. Ooh, man. Tiger Style with the venom. Will Gramotes says, after the game, lots of praise from Ty Lue and Clippers on how competitive and tough the Knicks are. Word is getting around the league. Real culture change. All right, so I didn't hear that, but that's cool. It's good to hear that. Good to hear that. Relly Rel, got through him. Fritz Elliott, appreciate it. Ed Paula says, play Frank over Alfred. Tired of RJ. Oh, yeah, we got that one as well. Mama said, don't trust you. Excellent name as usual, JLs. Mama said, don't trust you, says, we played good today, just not good enough for a win, but much needed lesson for the time as a whole. Film day will be a class to remember for them. Yeah, I agree with that. Nick Saina says Obi equals Kenny Skywalker 2.0. A lot of comparisons to Skywalker. I think it's a little too early though. Shout out my guy Hospy. Hospy copped his KnicksFanTV hashback. He says, we'll upgrade our PG1 this summer. If we had gotten a guy like CP3, we'd be stoked with quickly playing this well off the bench. IQ's our future sixth man of the year. Ralph Lewis says IQ probably tired of always having to put the fire out. Start that man. Also, why was RJ on the bench for half of the fourth? Rivers a pickup player. Oof. Bees Noriega says we played hard and stayed competitive till the end. Yeah, it's harsh. On a Sunday. On a Sunday.
Lord's Day, you wanna go like that? Okay.
Facts. We played hard and stayed competitive till the end. But the boys are balling and the basketball IQ has improved dramatically. Definitely appreciate that. I agree with that. Troy Hendrickson says, not Obi's fault. Tibbs using Obi as a wing. Not his game whatsoever. Run a play or two for the kid. I think they'll get there, man. Just like they're finding RJ in his spots. You know, getting him in positions to be successful out there. I think Obi's time will come, man. It's going to come. Robert Parrish says, IQ off the bench works for now. Tibbs forcing him to play deep. Half Nation says Obi needs a point guard that can get him the ball, but the second unit is filled with scorers, but no facilitator. He's running suicides out there. No lobs, no nothing. Yeah, it's got a point. Half Nation. Junior Karama says the draft lottery stays screwing us over for years, but we're finally proving them wrong with picks like IQ, RJ, Mitch, who's second round, and Obi falling right to us. Ron Hansley Jr., appreciate you, Ron. He says, too many fans panicking. Clippers are the number 2 seed in the West for a reason. Like Ash said, this was a good loss for us. Trust the process. Mangu Man says, salute to all my Dominicans out there. It takes 2 seconds to hit the like button. Yeah, let's get those thumbs up button. Hit that like button. I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Feed Obi and Mitch in transition, please. Sunday game, no ducking that supervisor today. So, all right, so no work for him. All right, no doubt. Ellis says, yo, CP, I can hoop, bro. I'll show you New Yorkers how it's done. Free Iggy.
Whoa.
That sounded like that was a direct challenge for New York. That's different.
I've seen Canadians play basketball. Drake, Justin Bieber, not that impressive. So,
Iller, we don't believe you.
Y'all got one player in the league
verified.
killing. We going off the handle.
I don't believe you too verified. Nah, they got ballers, man. They got RJ, Jamal Murray, Shea Gilgeous, but it might not be Iller. Iller, you got to verify, bro. We don't believe you, man. To the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D says clips are bought, purchased, and designed to beat one team. That's the Lakers. It's a fact. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
LeBron and them better wake up. Juan Rosario says, love the show. Thumbs up on for your squad. Been following since I was stationed in Italy. Keep up the good work. Ashley's on fire. So Juan, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Juan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for your service as well. And no doubt. He's a member of CashFanTV, so no doubt.
Let Ash cook. You know?
Chuck D says G League should be an extension, not a demotion. DSJ Frank as a tandem, 35-minute reps. Maybe Obi Knox too. Use the G League. Agree with you 100% on that. Not gonna use him. Send him to the G League and let him play. That's a fact. Appreciate you, Chuck. Appreciate everybody for watching. Hit that thumbs up on the Free Squad one more time. See you guys tomorrow night.